what it is when I stop having fun doing this, I'm going to quit. I'll do something else. Because I can't be good at something that I don't feel passionate about.
I just think she's a high motivational speaker that really lifts your spirits and then puts a nice effect in your day as far as giving you good opportunity.
She has a way of getting her message across, being extremely entertaining in the process, and I love the way she brings the audience participation into it.
How can the dream come true if you haven't first dreamed the dream? What messages are you carrying along with you that are keeping you from kicking your dream into action?
I think she's a very infectious speaker. She had not just infectious with her energy, but infectious with the ideas that she brought about. I think it sort of gave everybody pause to sort of think where they were at and what they could do more.
Questions shape our destiny. Gandhi said, if you don't ask, you don't get.
I think Edie is probably one of the most energetic, bouncing, personable speakers I've ever heard in my career. And I've heard a lot of them.
I want to show you that you always must go with what is there, and then you have the power to change it.
The thing that stands out the most to me about this morning's talk was the never quit, because there are some things going on in my personal life where I've been totally on the verge of giving up. And after hearing Edie talk about it and just the motivation that she has behind her speaking, that has totally driven me to saying I'm not going to quit. I'm just going to keep going forward.
And at that point, Sir Winston Churchill went up to the podium, paused, looked at the group, and said, never, never, never quit.
To know and not to do is not to know. What I do is give people the power tools for mastering change, facilitating motivation from the inside out.
Michael Jordan is good because he found his passion. What is yours? The question is, if you are throwing away 90% of your potential and your lost profit, can you afford it? And until we accept that there is an instinctual part of our being and we go with it instead of against it, things will not change. And that's what this all comes down to. It's getting into that inner self-motivation. It's tapping into your natural resources. And then you don't have to force it. You don't have to reward it. You merely need to allow it to happen. And the interesting thing is, I mean, people that run and stuff, you think Michael Jordan has to really be that rewarded? It is intoxicating. When you are in sync with yourself, to thine own self be true. Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. You think those are little cliches? Those are words of wisdom. When you are so in sync with your purpose and your mission and your meaning in life, let me tell you, the motivation comes from inside, and it all flows together.
In my #1 motivational keynote, Kick Your Dream into Action, I give people mind-empowering strategies, performance-enhancing techniques that allow them to transform thoughts into actions and dreams into reality.
You see, there is no difference between you and Albert Einstein. The only difference is that Einstein asked different questions. What trips your trigger? What motivates the unmotivated? And that might be yourself. You see, there is no difference between Donald Trump and Mother Teresa. Absolutely no difference at all. They both were motivated by what they associated pain or pleasure with. And for Donald Trump, it was power and money, and doesn't he have results? And for Mother Teresa, it was intrinsic motivation. It was the positive feeling state from within, from giving. But they were both equally successful. And Beethoven believed that music could change the world. Barbra Streisand knew she was going to be a star. You see, I used to talk about positive thinking. I don't anymore. It's positive knowing, which is a deeper level of conviction. It is the impact of the first experience. I hit on that so hard in a program on Marketing Mania, the power of positioning. You've got to be first. It's more important than being best, or capitalize on what you don't have. But the first impression is what locks it in. How many of you have children? Yeah. Now, real honestly, how many of you have children and wish you did not? Particularly if they're teenagers right now. But do you have more pictures of the first child than you do the other 7 kids combined? It's very embarrassing, isn't it? I mean, it's kind of like they just kind of fall into place after the first one. My younger son just got married a couple months ago, and we were going to do a slideshow. It was very embarrassing. I could find no pictures of this kid. And then I decided all babies kind of look alike. They're kind of fat, ugly, bald, you know. So what I did, just don't label them. So what we did is just kind of show the pictures of his older brother. Nobody knows the difference. It worked. Now, remember, when I said we decide by emotion, that means we decide by emotion, association, and the unconscious. They're all kind of mixed up together. To prove that, I want to ask you a quick question. Is everybody ready? And I want you to answer in chorus immediately. Fair enough? Ready? What do cows drink? Milk. Very good. Milk. Milk. I had you all wrong. You look like an intelligent group. So what it is that basically people buy 2 things. They want 2 things. They want positive feeling states, and they want solutions. How many of you would give me $1 for this $5 bill? Very simple. Anybody over there? You guys are in the finance business. I mean, you know a little bit more about investing than, okay. I don't want to, I might be talking to another group next week, so we're not going to say a comparative here. But you know a lot. Would everybody give me $1 for this $5 bill? Everybody? Oh, I told you. These are Generation Xers. They are very skeptical. They would not give me $1 for the $5 bill. Interesting thing is, cows don't give milk. You got to go milk the cow. There's almost 300 people in this room. Almost everyone, except for the Generation.com people, almost everyone said they would give me $1 for the $5 bill. It's a good return. The stock market is real shaky right now. Not one person came up to get it. Cows don't give milk. You gotta go milk. She just understood that point now, didn't she? Okay. That's okay. We love you. That's all that, you know. Competence is not important. You're just cuter than a bean. But what it is then is that we are programmed to passivity. From about 3rd grade on, what kind of messages do we get? Shut up, sit in your seat, stop your daydreaming. And my question to you is, how can the dream come true if you haven't first dreamed the dream? What messages are you carrying along with you that are keeping you from kicking your dream into action? Michelangelo said, in every rock of marble, I see a statue. I merely chisel away so that others can see what I already know. This is a 1-foot board. It is 1 foot across. It is 1 inch thick. It is about 9 inches this way. It is solid wood. It's not plywood. A lot of success is how we position ourselves. Put your arm back, okay? And then just, yes! Just try it. Yes! Oh! Oh! Did I pick a good one or what? Yes. Remember what I said. An obstacle is something that you see only when you take your eyes off the goal. Debbie, I do not want you to focus on the board because it is the obstacle. Focus on hitting me. Don't worry about it. Nobody's hurt me. And see yourself going right through that wall. See your arm as an extension of the universe. You know what the biggest problem is? Everybody is well-intended. Aren't we all well-intended in our goals and the successes we hope to reach? But what happens is about 80% of the people get right up to the board and unconsciously they pull back. Unconscious fear is the biggest barrier to your success. I don't think it's going to be for this woman. Okay. Remember this. Speed, not power breaks boards. You've got to have the speed. You don't have to be big, just fast. Ready? Cheerleaders? Ready! Yes! She pulled back. Did you see her? Debbie, all the way through. This time you're going to do it. See your head. Debbie? Do it. Debbie, yes!